Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak. And I will always get back up on my feet. Why are they alive? When you are the weak. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone messiah, Phillip Brandon, joined by the Canadian destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. We are here to recap yet another week in the world of professional wrestling. Brandon, what's going on, man?
Hello, Philip. Welcome back. It's a great time. I want to be the first person to wish you happy Juneteenth.
Come on. Hello. We are closing in. We are vastly approaching Juneteenth, June 19th. I heard Oasis Pro is doing a show for June 19th.
They are. It's a
Yes.
federal holiday. Your boy
Yes.
doesn't work, but I still get paid. It's a great day.
Yes. Juneteenth is also my anniversary. Well, look at that.
That's a great day.
Yeah, it's a fantastic day. A couple days ago was on a fantastic day. The King of the Ring inventor, Eddie Andelman, he unfortunately passed away at 89 years of age. He was a good friend of the McMahons and pitched the idea for the King of the Ring.
Yeah, unfortunate news. I mean, lived to be 89, so long life. He was a kind of a radio legend, I believe, in the Boston area, and he just kind of thought of the idea / kind of helped organize this charity event for the WWF in the Boston area back in, I think, 85. So quite a long ways away until we kind of got like that, King of the Ring proper pay-per-view stuff. But just another like kind of random person tied to wrestling that's not actually in the wrestling business. And unfortunately / fortunately, he passed away during this time where the King of the Ring is going on, so he can kind of get his flowers of recognition.
Yes, there you go. Shout out Eddie Andelman. May he rest in peace. Tessa Blanchard, Sami Callihan, and Tommy Dreamer have all left TNA.
Yeah, some big names, even though they not have been doing too much with the company recently. TNA also announced that they're what was the exact wording that they used? They're basically kind of streamlining their production or their workforce. So in terms, that means, letting people go, tightening up productions in terms of like television and stuff to kind of cut costs and try to, make as much, work, confirms recent work. What are they talking about? Designed to streamline operations and sharpen strategic focus and profitability. AKA, we want to make more money, so we're gonna let people go.
Let my people go. Well, Tessa Blanchard, I mean, hers was she wanted to do CMLL and TNA, but TNA wouldn't really agree to it, so she just decided to leave.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't really doing too much with the company recently, and with
It's
WWE.
crazy. 6 years ago, she was like the star of the show.
Yeah, I mean, she was literally their men's world champion, and everything just kind of fell apart because of allegations that have been still kind of like unfounded, but have like still kind of held
Do we
on.
have any credit to these allegations, man?
It's like obviously you want to take allegations seriously, but there's no like smoking, and it's all when it's allegations like this, it's all he said, she said type of thing in the locker room. But um, I mean, not only what she said or allegedly said, but I think there has been like an overall attitude issue that has been kind of linked to her, and this is one of the things of the AAA CMLL rivalry that is kind of coming to fruition with AAA being loosely or very tightly associated with WWE because WWE owns them, and TNA being partners with them. They obviously wouldn't want a CMLL talent in the vicinity of a AAA talent.
It's crazy she never went to WWE, man. I mean, never say never, but just kind of like when she was hot and she was popping and she was like everywhere, that would have been the time, because you could have obviously done like, feud with Charlotte. Charlotte's dad was a horseman, Tessa's dad was a horseman. You could do that and bring Tully on TV. Obviously, Rick was popping around. Good things could have happened, but here we are.
Yeah, she's one of the I think modern what ifs of like big names that especially now with AEW, kind of everybody is somewhere. Someone's in AEW, someone's in WWE. No disrespect to TNA, but you would think that like Tessa Blanchard would have found some way to be with either company, but obviously her
Especially
behind the
when her
scenes,
dad was with AEW.
yeah, but obviously her behind the scenes issues have because I still remember I went to the All Out show in Chicago with CM Punk make his return, and there was one idiot who was chanting "We want Tessa," and everybody else was chanting "No, we don't," because it was the whatever battle royal gimmick they were doing, and it ended up being Ruby Soho was like the Joker, the wild card.
Oh
But
yeah,
but people were thinking that could have maybe been Tessa Blanchard, but no,
I was
it
so
was.
fresh off this stuff. Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. All right. Rhea Ripley removed from the Night of Champions poster. She has some undisclosed knee injury.
Yeah, she was on the poster, had a bunch of champions on it. She's been taken out, replaced with Tiffany Stratton. You see
Tippy
her on
time.
see her on SmackDown. She's sporting a little knee gimmick. Um, I mean, just tough. Unfortunately, we want more house shows, but when it comes to house shows, that means more wrestling, which means possible injuries. And Rhea Ripley, unfortunately, has kind of dealt with a history of injuries during her career. Nothing too major, but just kind of nicks and just little things every here and there. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. We haven't heard any word yet on a timetable, but seemingly serious enough to kind of take her off, possibly Night of Champions, because they were kind of building to something with Charlotte and Jade and tag teams or something or that of that nature.
Mm, I see. I see. Well, hopefully, a speedy recovery for Rhea Ripley. Big E's autobiography 2027.
Yeah, they announced maybe last week or this week. I forget exactly when the date was, but they announced that Big E is going to release an autobiography under the WWE banner. But he came out and said it's going to be unfiltered. It's going to be raw. All the cliches that they'll say is like, oh yeah, this is not what they want me to say, but I'm going to say what I need to say. So who knows what that actually means? I mean, the Big E story doesn't seem like it's going to be super juicy with like details and stuff, but he is a guy who a lot of people like. I don't think he has no one really has a bad word to say about him. So it'd be interesting to see if he has bad things to say about other people or things that have happened in his WWE career. Obviously, the neck injury, losing the championship to Brock Lesnar, the New Day, everything, that's taken place in his entire career. There's definitely stories to be told. Um, Sometimes maybe he's a little young to be writing an autobiography, but unfortunately, his career is seemingly over. So I guess this would be a good time to write that
You know what it
autobiography
is?
while the memories are still kind of fresh.
You know that wrestler you're very fond of? He called me the N word.
I mean, it could happen. You never know.
Yeah. Hopefully that didn't happen. Yeah, no, Big E. I mean, from he's a power lifter or was he strong man? Or is it the same shit?
Same thing. I mean, I was trying to think because he went to Iowa. Did he play football for Iowa? I don't
He
think he
might,
did.
yeah, because he was at the college game, right? Yeah. Might have played football for Iowa and then lifting and everything. And I mean his career, I mean, the three and enough I need five at NXT covered up as Ziggler and AJ's heavy, and then kind of not really having any direction, and then finding New Day and doing that for all those years, and finally becoming WWE champion. Like there's some good stuff in there, man. I'm interested to see that. KnicksHausen.
Yeah. As the leader, as the co-host of the number one San Antonio Spurs podcast, partially located in Spokane, Washington. I'm not a fan of the New York Knicks currently, but also the San Antonio Spurs absolutely pissed down their leg. But congratulations to the Knicks. And Danhausen is riding this wave because he cursed them originally when they were losing to the Hawks, but then he uncursed them. And ever since then, they've won, what was their record? Like 15-1 since then. Just something absolutely insane. They almost broke the Warriors record of most consecutive playoff wins.
You
Um,
need to have Danhausen talk to your boys, the Raiders.
I mean, if he wants to uncurse the Raiders, I would absolutely love that. I would like just one Super Bowl before I die. That's all I ask.
Have you never seen one?
I mean, I've seen them get there, but I've never seen them win one.
When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
That would be in the 80s.
When was the last
I'm terrible when it comes to Super Bowls because like, the Super Bowl of the previous season takes place like, the what who won this year? The Seahawks are the 2025 champions, but they won in 2026. That's what gets me very confused. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When was the last time the Raiders went to the Super Bowl? What was it, like 02?
That would be unfortunately 2003 when they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and um, they didn't change anything after their coach left, and the coach just knew all their plays. But yeah,
They've been playing the same place since 03?
well,
Damn.
that's it. Fernando Mendoza is going to take us to the promised land.
All right. Him and Danhausen. SmackDown recap: Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn have a war of words and they slap each other. Cody told Sami, "You're mad because I got there and you probably never will." And then bam. And then Cody responded with a slap. And then Sami went to go get a chair and then he didn't hit him. A lot of tension. And then Sami Zayn has been made the special guest referee for the WWE Championship match this week between Cody Rhodes and Gunther.
Yeah, I mean, this tension has been kind of bubbling and brewing for quite some time between Cody and Sammy, and so it kind of came to a head here on SmackDown. Clearly, your BS meter should go off with Sami Zayn being the special guest referee. I don't know what that would mean. Like, are they really going to change the title from Cody in the in a Sami Zayn referee match? It could happen, but I think just non-finish or like you know, Sammy gets knocked out and Cody ends up winning some. I just think of, when Vince McMahon or whoever was the special referee for Stone Cold Steve Austin, like, how are they going to get out of this? And they always found a way to get out of it eventually.
Well, goddamn, pal. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see. Jay Uso advances into the King of the Ring tournament. There's a promo going around by main event Jay Uso, man. He threw some fire on that. Called him King Yeet.
Yeah, I mean, we did last week's episode right before SmackDown, so we were kind of debating if it was going to be Jay or LA Knight. I was leaning a little more towards LA Knight, but they decided to go with Jay Uso. I would presume him to be maybe not the overall favorite because I still think possibly Obafemi could win it. I know the beast is still lurking out there somewhere. Um,
Dun, 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 dun. That's
but
the sound every black person hears when they're doing well in life.
yes, hopefully Obafemi can
Hey,
change that.
Ricky heard it in Boys in the Hood.
I do remember that in the
That's why
director's cut.
that's why he started running. And then dun, 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 dun. Hey, never stop to scratch off your scratcher, guys. Keep running.
I did see a video that the Brock Lesnar theme song was not actually for Brock Lesnar. It was just a Jim Johnson music that was just assigned to some random team in the XFL. If you type in like Brock Lesnar XFL, you'll hear, I don't know what team it is, but their entrance theme is Brock Lesnar's theme song in
Hey, man,
2001.
these themes get what you call it, reused. Like Tamina's old song belonged to somebody. Kurt Angle's theme was belonged to the Patriot. Like these themes get reused.
The Cat Ernest Miller was Brodus Clay's theme song.
Shout out to the cat Ernest Miller, man.
WCW general manager.
Of course, hello. He criticized my beard once. Shut up. Yeah, man. I was excited to see what happens with Jey Uso. Charlotte Flair also advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Beautiful soul snatcher by Soul Ruka to Jade Cargill.
Good job, Soul. Love to see that. Love to see that we're kind of, now that I've opened my big fat mouth, we're just counting every time she does her move correctly. Um, but yeah, I mean, Charlotte and Jade were kind of like the two favorites on that side. Now that sets up Charlotte possibly going up against Rhea Ripley, which I think is probably, I mean, they've done that match a few times now at this point, so I don't know what they would do.
Three, right? Yeah.
what they do differently to kind of, get some extra juice out of it. Maybe it's just gonna be as simple as they're
Both
both
baby faces.
babyface. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both baby faces. That's really the only difference.
They're friends now. We like each other.
Yeah. They did that at three WrestleManias or two.
Well, they did the COVID one
They
for the
did it
NXT
at
title.
36. They did it at 39. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Paige and Brie Bella defeat Fatal Influence.
Good for them. I mean, the tag division now that they've kind of taken out some of the bigger names. I would have maybe liked Fatal Influence to get a win and possibly get
Win
some.
the tag titles? Yeah.
That would be an actual tag team like when and where the hell's Nikki at? Like I know she had injury, but
She's recovering. Leave her alone. She's sipping wine in Napa.
must be nice.
Yeah. Are you a wine guy?
I'm an alcohol guy.
Oh, all right. You a
I'm not,
Michelob?
I'm not divulged. I feel like I could be a wine guy if I really got into it, but I just never did.
You a Michelob Ultra guy?
Absolutely not. That is just water. If I'm gonna drink water, I'm drinking Coors Light.
Brother,
Or
it's light, brother. Hold on now. We gotta think about the cows. What's
how
your go-to?
how many calories are in a Michelob Ultra? Like 96. I'll take the 9 extra
We
calories
can
and drink
find
my
out right
Coors
now.
Light.
Hold on.
There's no way of knowing. Definitely couldn't have just Googled this, but we gotta go into the old refrigerator door and grab a Mickey U, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, which as a Portuguese man of Portuguese heritage, I would not like to talk about what happened today against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Soccer is stupid.
95.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the extra 9 calories because I believe a Coors Light 12 ouncer is 104. I will take the extra 9 calories all day, twice on Sunday.
What's your go-to beer of choice?
It's obviously a Coors Light.
Are you serious?
It's a Coors Light. Stone Cold truck. He stood on top of a Coors Light truck.
No, but I'm saying that's your when you drink beer, that's the go-to.
I bought a 30 pack of Coors Light at Lucky's today because I'm going out and I'm gonna drink all of them.
I mean, what do you think my beer of choice is?
Modelo.
Yeah, you know me very well.
I love Modelo. If I'm gonna have a Mexican beer, it's Modelo all day. I got very inebriated at Revolution drinking Modelo's.
How many Modelo's? So was it regular Modelo or was it Modelo Negro?
Modelo Negro.
Those are smooth, man. How many? You know
I
the
think I, I
correct.
think I think I had 3.
That's
Shout out my boy. Well, those are also doubles. And shout out my boy Tyler, who was a little drunk. And apparently, when he gets drunk, he's very liberal with his credit card.
hey man. Yeah, no, Modelo Negro is good. The Corona. I had a Corona the other day. I was like, I'm not really a Corona guy anymore. I used to drink this when I was younger. The
Coronas are for white people who want to feel like they're exotic.
yeah, that's the best way to put it. The Corona Familiar. That's yeah, it's whatever, But yeah, Modelo guys.
It's the only way to go.
Hey, Doc, Coors Light. Hold on, let me tell you about Coors Light. I've kicked it with some oozes, and the Coors Light has been the drink of choice. You'd fit right in.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
You you bring a case, you're good. You're in. Let's move on from that. Julia slaps Kiana James. A lot of slapping going on the show.
Yeah, maybe if you're gonna have your like main event scene doing slaps, maybe don't have like the secondary women's feud do slaps as well because it doesn't
It
get the
was
same
one.
oomph.
It was one slap. It was one. It's basically, hey, I'm done with you. Bam.
Even though we thought didn't she like do that? She did that in Italy, so
Yeah, yeah. We have a new IWG. Wait. Bro lost the IWGP title.
yeah. Yoda Tsuji defeated Callum Newman in Dominion to regain the IWGP Championship.
Dominion. Oh, I remember when Dominion was that thing.
I mean, it's basically New Japan SummerSlam, so it's a big show for them. Interesting that Callum Newman got the championship. Didn't do a whole lot with it. I mean, he did get a title defense out of it, but he ends up losing it back to Yoda
I
Tsuji.
grabbed this and almost opened it. I shouldn't do that. But sorry.
It's just reflective. I understand, brother.
Yeah.
But it was a good match, like you'd expect. Unfortunately, it looks like Callum Newman dislocated his shoulder, so
Oh
his
my god.
his status for the G1 in July is kind of up in the air. But Yoda Tsuji gets his title back, which I think is probably good just because he was losing a lot. So you kind of give him, he gives him the title back. He gives some credibility to Callum Newman, because you're trying to build up some new stars down there in New Japan. Uh, but overall, I mean, the company still is trying to. They have a star problem. They have a depth problem, and we'll see if they can kind of figure that out going into Wrestle Kingdom 21.
21? Oh
I
wow,
think
look
we're
at
at
that.
21 at this point.
21. Can you do something for me? For me. 21. Hello. I was getting to Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns gives Jacob Fatu and Ula Fala. Roman Reigns tells Jacob Fatu, the bloodline has always been here. When the Wild Samoans Offense Secret were running the territory, that was the bloodline. When Yokozuna was heavyweight champion, that was the bloodline. When Rikishi was dancing his ass off, that was the bloodline. When Umaga was in the marquee match at WrestleMania, that was the bloodline. No mention of Dwayne. Fans have noticed that. But yeah, man, the bloodline is then, now, and forever, man. And then Jacob Fatu goes on to attack Eric Andre, which I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not an Eric Andre guy. I never have been. I took great solace in watching Big Goose do that. Then Jacob Fatu put the tongue in death grip on LA Knight. Hell of a night for Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, he got a lot of screen time. It was definitely Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns dynamic was kind of not fleshed out, but they definitely kind of hit it home many times throughout the show. And I thought it was a good dynamic because they were not equals, obviously, because Jacob's kind of falling in line behind Roman, but Roman did show him some respect. He wasn't really making him like his whipping boy.
You know what I've
Um,
noticed, bro? Like people say, like this is like Jacob is now in the solo spot and in the enforcer. Is Jacob about to be the new right hand man?
and it's kind of what it seemed like. It almost seems like, Jacob and Roman possibly going up against the Usos. I mean, if Jay does win the title, or not the title, but wins King in the Ring, I fear they would go that direction. Well, I mean, if Jay wins, I think they are going to probably go Jay versus
I
Roman.
think I think we do Jay and Jacob at SummerSlam.
I mean, what loser gets kicked out the bloodline?
Nah, man, we don't have to do that. I mean, just y'all are beefing here. Settle it at SummerSlam. Once it's done, it's done. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Uso's promo against LA Knight on Raw, I thought was very effective. Like, I'm better than you, Uso. I beat you. I pinned you. I would have just said, hey, bro, I've been world champion. You haven't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very just simple stuff, and I think the stuff between Jay and LA Knight's been pretty good recently. Um,
I liked this. It was very intense. I acknowledge you could kiss my ass, and then putting his hands on Jimmy, and like, oh, you want to do that super kick to the face? That's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
all that could have been good. We didn't need Eric Andre to get beaten up because we needed, like, Twitter clicks or something.
Well, no, he got beaten up because he's apparently in some film with CM Punk or something.
And I mean, he was like
Are you
touching
an
the
Eric
Ulafala.
Andre guy?
I'm not really. I mean,
Okay.
I've seen like clips and like I've seen stuff. He seems kind of like my type of like awkward, funny comedy type. But
I was never into it. I was never into any of that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I like stupid things, but that's just kind of like I'm not trying to rot my brain cells. You know what I'm saying?
I do like the memes of him trying to enter the gate, him shooting the guy and says, who could have done this? Those are all just legendary Twitter
I've
memes.
never seen that. All right. Oba Femi advances to the King of the Ring final. He decimates JD and Dominic. Man, Oba, the ruler, man, he's coming. Kicked out at one of multiple 619s and a frog splash, and a 619 with a boot that was, or a bell that was in the boot of Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, I mean they're pushing Oba Femi real hard. I don't know what that means for Dominic that he did all that and he still could barely get a one count. Um, but it made sense. He been running through everyone. I think they are kind of putting themselves in a corner
Ah,
because they built him up so much. And yes, he did lose to Brock Lesnar, but he like comically took so much to beat him. And then once you get past Brock, like who else has that type of physicality and that type of credibility?
Tribal Chief.
yeah, outside of Roman to do something like that. And but then let's
Hell,
just keep booking.
Jacob Fatu versus Alba Femi. I think that's what it's gonna be. Hey, you want to get to me, you got to go through them. He gets. I mean, he'll get past Jimmy and Jay, but what if Jacob Fatu beats Alba Femi and then he doesn't even get to Roman?
I mean, yeah, what is the end goal of this bloodline thing? Is it just to circle back to Jacob and Roman?
Dude, they just run the industry, bro. That's just what we where we are, man. Like it's this is just where we are, and we have to accept it, and I love it. Yeah. I don't know
Thanks.
what the end goal is, though. We'll have to wait and see, and we're gonna let it play out. Io Sky advances in the Queen of the Ring final. She defeats Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah,
Yeah, some people maybe speculated it was going to be Raquel and Liv in the finals, but doesn't look like that's going to happen now. But Io winning, she hasn't really been doing much. I mean, even before WrestleMania, because the Kyrie Oscar thing just got dropped out of nowhere.
Kyrie.
So maybe they just kind of give her
Do it. Can you do it? Can you do it? The Kyrie.
I can't roll my R's.
Can't roll.
Kyrie. That's
Portuguese
what
can't roll the R's, or you just can't.
I just can't. I'm
Bro, I
white.
saw one of my old YouTubers I used to watch. This guy's living in Portugal now. It's like, wow,
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Congratulations, man.
good job, brother. Living the dream.
It's like a place to go. I may have to take a trip.
It's a beautiful country. You can go to the islands where I'm from. Yeah, man.
All
But
right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio save Chad Gable.
we got the American Alpha theme song back last week, and then we get some AI slop as Chad Gable's new theme song. Like, what the absolute hell was that?
Bring back the American Alpha theme. That was a. I know you don't like the word, but it was a banger.
I'm okay with the B word being used in relationship to music, and like I saw it and I was like, okay, cool, we're back. And then I was like, all right, we're doing this, and I kind of forget what the American Alpha theme song was, and then they played whatever that BS was this week, and I'm like, that is definitely not that song. Um, but yeah, I mean, Dragon, you guys all know I'm the leader of the Dragon Lee fan club. I love me some Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. So getting them all together, I don't know if this like sets up just a 6-man tag at a pay-per-view, and Chad kind of like earns their respects and he goes off on his own separate ways, and we do the damn thing, or Chad and Penta wrestle for the SC title, maybe in Minnesota in SummerSlam if they're booking that far out,
Minnesota.
which is like what, 2 months now at this point, so a little ways away, but we'll have to wait and see. Nothing else I thought on Raw.
Let's get into AEW, man. Well, you know what's about to happen.
We got the MJF picked his team. Well, I guess announced his team for the. They did a 6-person or 12-person tag match on the show, which was a preview of the steel cage match that's going to happen at Forbidden Door next week. We did get a lot of Forbidden Door hype. We're finally getting some people in the showing up. Not a ton of New Japan people, like Yota Tsuji, New Japan champion, hasn't been on the show. We don't know what's going to happen with that. Still, overall, the card is a good card, but it doesn't have like kind of the full dream promotion versus promotion type matches, which I'm kind of okay with, just because a lot of those matches didn't really feel like they had big stakes to them because we politically kind of knew who was going to win and who was going to lose. But Team MJF will consist of who it probably should, because it's all the biggest names of the Don Callis family, outside of Jake Doyle, respectfully for Jake Doyle. But Andrade, Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, and Andrade, as well as Doyle and MJF. So that will be the team going into the Forbidden Door cage match. The Briscoe will have Briscoe, O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Konosuke Takeshita joining him. So there's a little Don Callis beef there. That ended up being, as I said, the main event was a tag team match. Team NJF got the win. So build heat for eventually probably Briscoe to win at the pay per view. Brodito, they returned as a tag team and they defeated the Death Riders, which was the Pairing of Danny Garcia and John Moxley. Very good match. Went on a long, long time. I think like 2 commercial breaks at least. And Bandito will take on John Moxley for the Continental title next week or at Forbidden Door. I don't know. It wasn't exactly 100% clear on that front. We had the Owen Hart Cup semifinal for the women. Mercedes Mane took on Hazuki. Once again, long but very good match. You knew Mercedes was going to win, and she did. So she advances to the finals to take on either uh, Athena or oh my God, the female who just won last week. I am blanking on her name because I'm a terrible person. Um, then we had Osprey and Swerve in a face-off. This was kind of like the marquee big thing on the show because it's probably gonna be the main event of Forbidden Door, and they just go back and forth. They talked about their history, teaming up at All In last year, trying to take down the Death Riders, but then Osprey ends up joining the Death Riders, yada yada yada, and Swerve turning heel, and they just kind of go back and forth. And I thought it was good intensity. Swerve said the F word on television, so naughty boy, naughty naughty boy. But it was intense, and Osprey hit Swerve after Swerve talked about Osprey's fragile neck. And yeah, setting that up for the main event. And I already talked about the main event of the show, which was Team MJF beating the Briscoes. So solid Dynamite once again next week, next Sunday in San Jose, California, will be the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. So one more Dynamite and a Collision, or I guess 2 collisions and a Dynamite. So we can maybe get the full card rounded out for that show.
I like that. I like that a lot. Speaking of full cards, man, can we talk about something? Talk about
What?
the full card for the Oasis Pro Juneteenth show.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Oasis Pro is going down this Friday, Juneteenth, at the Oasis Pro Dojo. Freedom Fighters, a Juneteenth celebration, 1275 San Pablo Avenue, Berkeley, California. Excuse me. Doors are at 7:30. Show is at 8 p.m. You have Cairo Leon versus Midas Creed, four-way fade, Cash Cartier, Keyshawn Calloway, Sean Sims, and a mystery opponents. An interracial scramble. The men is Zeke Taylor, Andrew Cash, J.C. Westerfield, Bryce Kuza, and the Punjabi Lion Chima. Also, Journey Fatu versus Brittany Wonder. And are you ready for this one? The main event is a battle for the culture tag team match. The Melanin Mafia versus Melanin Empire. Who's winning that?
Melanin is going to win.
Melanin something, yes. You don't want to miss it. All that is going down and more. And then after that, Oasis Pro is back with a show on July 4th for Hella Independence.
God bless America.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to come see some Hella Independence?
There's one thing I love is independence,
And hell of it?
and a hell of it.
And a hell of a lot of it, yes. You don't want to miss that. Thank you guys so much. As always, you know what to do. You know where to find us. You're listening, you know where to find us. But seriously, be safe and stay dangerous. Thank you guys so much. Yes, sir. We're done.